Hey, so I get a lot of questions from guys who want to know how to keep attraction alive in a long-term relationship. Say you're living with your girlfriend, or you've been in a relationship for a couple of years, you're married, you're living under the same roof. How do you keep attraction alive, and how do you keep a woman attracted to you? This is really different to being in a short-term relationship when you meet a woman for the first time. It's really easy to generate attraction when you first meet somebody. Not so easy after you've been in a relationship for a couple of years, because attraction can fade. And so there are a couple of things you need to know if you want to keep attraction alive. The first thing is that you must expect a woman to pull away from you at some point in time. It's going to happen. She's going to pull away from you because her mood is going to go up and down. And you need to be aware of that. You need to know that she's going to pull away at some point. And how you handle it will ultimately determine if she comes back or not. And so it's not a problem if a woman pulls away. And that's not a big issue. The main problem is when she pulls away and you panic. That's what's going to cause a problem. That's what's going to push her away in the relationship. The second thing I want to talk about in long-term relationships, especially if you're living in the same house, you're living in close proximity, and a lot of guys wonder, how do I bring attraction into a relationship if we're so close together? Well, you do need space. Space is a really crucial part of a relationship. Now, my book, Atomic Attraction, goes into the concept of space in great detail because space is really important. If you want to keep attraction alive, you need space, because attraction grows in space. Without space, where you're constantly in each other's face, you're with her all the time, you're in the bathroom together, you're brushing your teeth together, and you spend every single minute of every single day together, you go shopping together, and you do everything together, and you talk about everything together, and you're in the living room together watching TV together, and you're making food together, and you're eating together, and you don't have space, well, you don't have time to miss each other, and there's no tension, there's no sexual tension in the relationship, and that's really crucial if you want to keep attraction alive. So if you're living together, it doesn't matter. What you can do, which is really effective, is go to the gym, work out, have your own hobbies, go see your own friends, go have your own life, and come home late. And if this still doesn't fix the problem, if there's still an attraction issue where your girlfriend or your wife is losing interest in you and she's pulling away, and you've done all this already, go sleep in another room. Keep separate living arrangements, because this is really effective if you want to bring attraction back into the relationship. This is one great way to do it. Now, the third thing I would say is, if you want to keep attraction alive in a long-term relationship, you need to know game, you need to understand women, and you need to know that if you want to keep a girl attracted to you, who you really like, who's high value, a woman who's attractive, who has options, you need to know what you're doing. You can't wing it. You can't just hope that it's going to work out, because it's not. Women who are low value, not that attractive, I hate to say it, I'm going to get a lot of heat for saying that, but women who aren't that attractive, who don't have many options, you don't really have to know game. You can just cruise through a relationship, be very, very simple, talk to her about anything, don't worry about space, she's not going to leave you. But a woman who's high value, who has options, who's attractive, who's beautiful, who knows her own self-worth, you are going to have to know what you're doing in a relationship, and that means understanding women. So yes, read my book, Atomic Attraction. It's going to teach you a lot about attraction. It's got a lot of useful information in there. Read other books out there which can be really useful. Another one is Mating in Captivity by Esther Perel. That's very useful for keeping attraction alive in a long-term relationship. Now, more than understanding game and understanding how women operate and how they work is, instead of chasing a woman and putting your focus onto a woman, it's about putting the focus back onto you. Bring the focus back onto yourself. Invest in yourself, because you are your most important investment. So invest in your health, invest in your fitness, invest in your business, invest in your future, invest in everything that's going to take you forward in life. Go after your goals and don't worry about anything else. And if you do this, women are going to come flocking to you, because they're going to be attracted to your confidence, they're going to be attracted to your ambition, they're going to be attracted to your drive and who you are as a man. It's very masculine to do these things, and you're independent and you're free and you're going after what you want in life. Women love that and they can't resist it. And if you're in a long-term relationship, your wife, your girlfriend is going to find this really attractive. Now, this reminds me of a book I read a while ago, which was actually, I think it was by a woman called Barbara Baker or something like this. Could be wrong about the surname, but anyway, she was Arnold Schwarzenegger's first girlfriend when he first moved to California in the 1970s, early 1970s, and they were dating each other for about 5-6 years. And so anyway, this woman writes a book called Arnold and Me, and it's about her life with Arnold Schwarzenegger, growing up and then meeting him and her life together with Arnold, and what it was like to be in a relationship with him. So what was interesting about this, and my takeaway from the story, was that Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves her because he's ambitious, he wants to go off and he wants to pursue his goals, he wants to go into the movie industry, he wants to focus on his bodybuilding, and she was the kind of woman who wanted a stable, steady kind of life. She wanted to settle down and have a family. So he breaks up with her, And she goes off, and I think she gets married about 3 or 4 times. She has a bunch of kids, has a bunch of different relationships. 30 years later, 40 years later, she's writing a book called Arnold and Me about her relationship with Arnold, and essentially the book is about her love for him and how she really is infatuated with him still, and she's really into him, and she never forgot how much she loved him. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger is an extreme example because he went from bodybuilding to acting to becoming the governor of California. Not many people are going to have that kind of life trajectory, but it just shows that if you focus on yourself, like Arnold Schwarzenegger did, you put your focus onto yourself, you invest in your health, your fitness, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, it doesn't matter what happens around you, women are going to come flocking to you. And she says this in the book, that women would come up to him all the time, hit on him, try to touch his body, of course, because he's got big muscles. But she said it was really difficult being in a relationship with him because of the other women around him, and he just attracted women. And she, to this day, can't forget about him. So this is an important thing to consider. If you want to maintain attraction in a long-term relationship, focus on yourself, bring space into the relationship. This comes naturally, by the way, as a part of being focused on yourself. It's not about playing games. It's not about being manipulative. It's not about trying to do any of that kind of stuff. If you want to keep a girl attracted to you long-term, no need to play games, but just focus on yourself, focus on your own goals, your ambitions, and naturally, as a byproduct of that, you create space in the relationship, because you can't be with your girlfriend or your wife all the time if you're pursuing your dreams. So keep this in mind, and if you want to know more about attraction, don't forget to check out my book, Atomic Attraction. It's going to be really useful for pretty much every kind of attraction situation. And if you need help with a specific relationship problem, don't forget I do Skype and email consultations. Talk soon.